All right, my friend. I'm not gonna say out loud because I post this on YouTube, but this is a video of how to loop in Dead by Daylight made by an idiot. Anyways, I can't draw very well. Anyways, we're gonna be first working on T and L's. Now, if you're like my friend, he would not know what T and L's mean. T and L's are like, hold on, here I'll draw it better. T goes here. I made it worse. I made it way worse. But and the L goes right around here. So, I'll fix up this T real quick. Um, yeah, let's say it's like right here. Now, you might figure out where the name comes from because it looks like a T and an L. Now, about T and L's, there always has window on each side. There's a window here and a window here. And like always, it's gonna be the window on the other side as well. So, we're gonna work on this side first. So let's say that the killer is over here. He's over here with his, I don't know, blade of knives that looks like a dynamite. It's a legion. I don't. Why does he got a chin like that? Anyways, now let's say that you ran over here to the T and L's. You go to the L wall. Now, best place to be at is right here. You would sit right here, don't run nowhere else, and if he comes around this corner, you go the other way. You go this way. But let's say he comes around this way, you go that way. You go this way. So, it's like a... And like, if you don't see him come around... No. Forget that part right there. But yeah, if you don't, let's say he comes around this way, you would head this way, and now you're right here. If you don't see him come around this area, you can always look at this way because you're in third person, the killer's in first person. And if you see him come around this way, he's mind gaming you. So then you would want to go back the other way, sit right here. Now, he might full on just go in one direction, but I would always run around the L wall. But if he forces you to go this way, you would run to the T wall. Now we're on to the T wall. Let's say that you vault it and he goes around the top of the T, and you would want to go this way. But if he cuts you off and then like doubles back and runs back this way, you'd also want to double back and go the other way. Now let's say that you're in a predicament where you are running this way and the killer is right behind you and you're going to the T wall. You're gonna have to go around this way most likely, depending on the situation. If he's like cutting you off, sitting right over here, you'd want to. And once you like get behind the T, if you see him like run straight behind you, and once you go around this wall, he can't see you, and you can't really see him if you're right here. So what you want to do is fake vault the window, because most killers would double back, and because like this is the horrible place to be at, the T, and like he would most likely double back because he would expect you to panic vault this window. But if you don't vault, he would just double back and he would not get the hit because you're across the entire wall. And like he's unable to hit you now unless you run straight into him. And now let's say that you do vault the window and he doubles back. That's just a free injured. Or if you're injured already, it's a free down. So it's mostly best to just fake vault or just like sit at the window like right here, and if you see his red stain right here, just vault the window. But then if it disappears, he's most likely double backing, or he might be mind gaming and hiding his red stain, but he's still going in your direction. and you'd probably go down. Enough of this part. I hate T-walls. I don't really know much about them. T&Ls. Okay. Now, there's a thing in Dead by Daylight. You can shoot the killer. Now, let's say this is the killer with his little knife. And this is you right here. You're running away from him. Now, let's say he catches up. He's gonna have to swing and hit you. And whenever he swings, he moves a little bit faster than he would normally would so that he can hit you. But if you go in like zigzags, he's probably gonna miss if he's on console, because like console, your turn radius is like this. You turn real slow unless you boost it up. So let's say that you just like zigzag a ton. They're most likely gonna miss. Or if you do like a whole 360 around them, let's say that they're right here and you're right here, and then like they swing. If you do like a whole 360 around them and they're on console, they're most likely gonna lose. No, what? They're probably gonna miss their attack. But I'll do some zigzags first, and then do the spin. My art skills suck. Now, oh yeah, I have things up here this entire time. Oh. Alright, let's say this is like Shack. Shack is like God. There's a door here, and a window here. This is a window. And there's always a pallet. Let's say the pallet is like right here on the doorway. Shack is like God room, cause if he's like right here and you're right here, you can see him go inside the building, go over here, and try to cut you off if you're running this way. And if you sit right here, you can see him go through the doorway, and you can go around this way or this way. But I'd most likely use the round of the back of the shack because no one expects it. And whenever you enter, let's say that you enter shack. Let's say that you are right here and you enter shack. You run to the window. Never use pallets. Only use the pallet whenever you really need to. But what I like to do was sit at the window, and if they just sit at the doorway and like go around, don't vault. If you feel like they're gonna, hold on, how do I explain this? Let's say that they're right here and you're right here, and if they just sit at the doorway, most new survivors would just panic vault the window, and the killer would go around. But if you just sit right here, and the killer would expect you to vault, so he would go around. But if you don't vault and leave through the doorway and go around back or around this way, because you can check right here and see if you doubled back inside the building, you get more extra distance because he is trying to mind game you. I think that's the best way I can explain it. I'm an idiot after all, so this isn't very helpful, most likely. Pallets. Let's say that you are looping on a god-awful pallet. Let's say the pallet is right here. Say pallet's right here on this wall. Now, when you run through, the killer would expect you to drop it because they're like right. Let's say you're right here and the killer's right here. He's really close to you, and you run through. He would probably respect the pallet and run back over here. And then if you don't drop the pallet on him, whenever like, you can fake drop the pallet. You sit right here and act like you're gonna drop the pallet. He would double back this way or go around. Then you can run around the long side, or if he goes around this side, you gotta take the short side, or you just camp the pallet if you want to do that instead. But I like to fake drop pallets a lot. And if the killer looks like he's just gonna W key straight through the pallet, then that's when you drop it, and then you make your distance to a better pallet. Now, this wall. Now, this wall has a window over here and a pallet right here. This place is like another god area. This is a god pallet because let's say the killer is right here and you're right here. You run through the pallet, fake drop it like last time, and if they respect, you run towards the window, vault that, check spot right here, see if he comes around this way or this way. Then you go around back to the pallet, run through, loop around the pallet a couple times, and then most likely just leave the area or drop the pallet if needed. Now, healing. Whenever you get unhooked by a hook, let's say that you get unhooked right here. Now you are injured. You're leaving blood pools behind you, and the killer can see those. Whenever you get unhooked, the survivor can heal you by rubbing your back. And they like it. I mean, no. But whenever they rub your back and heal you fully, then you're back to your normal stage. But whenever you're injured, you get instant downs. But whenever you're unhooked, you get this thing called endurance. And then you can take a hit for the survivor that unhooked you if they're also injured. And then you can take the endurance hit and you'd still be up, but you'd still be injured and you have to mend and stuff like that. And most new people would always run to like corner map over here because they're scared that the killer would come back and see them healing under hook. But it's best to just heal under hook because you're near pallets and stuff, most likely. Say there's like a pallet over here somewhere or over here. And then the survivor that's healed would most likely try to take a hit for you so that you don't get tunneled out the game by the killer named Jeff. Why is his name Jeff? Cause why not? He's derpy. Okay, well, yeah. That's about unhooking and healing, I guess. But alright, next thing to know about. Let's say that there's a survivor currently on a hook. Let's say that this dude is on a hook, right? And let's say that the killer is like camping him. He looks so dumb. Anyways, now there's this thing called anti-camp. Now, so there'd be this bar on the bottom of your screen. And let's say that the killer is camping you, like sitting beside you. The anti-camp would go up. It would just go up pretty slowly. And once it maxes out, you can unhook yourself. And let's say that there's a survivor over here that's probably gonna be you or someone else. Let's say that there's a survivor over here. And let's say that he's camping. Let's say they saw him sitting right beside the dude, camping, and the anti-meter bar is going up. Best thing to do is not to go in and try to save, because if you get close and he starts chasing you, the the anti-camp meter would not go up. But let's say that you're over here and you see it going up. Best thing to do is work on a generator. Best thing to do is just work on generators while this happens. Once the meter is fully done, the survivor can unhook himself normally. Yeah. So there are 5 gens in a game. They're randomly placed in different areas around the map, and there's this thing called, not, I forgot what it's called, but let's say like the 3 generators that are left, because whenever you finish 4 of the generators, there's 3 generators left on the map. And the way that you pop your generators, let's say there's like a gen here, the way that you pop your generators, let's say you did this one, need one more. Say there's like one here. Wait, so 3 left, 4, 5, 6. So there's like, maybe like 7. Hold on, I need to remember something real quick. 5, 6, yeah, 7 gens. Is there not? Because you finish 3, 4, yeah, 7 gens. Overall, there's 7 gens on the map. Let's say that you finished 4 of them. There's 3 gens left. And the way that, if you focus on the way that you're popping your generators, let's say that you messed up and there's like 3 generators right beside each other. The killer can circle between the 3 generators that are left on the that are left in the game, and he gets a lot of pressure because they're really close, and it's gonna be really hard for you to finish a generator because they take around 90 seconds alone. So what you want to do is bring like deja vu, so you can see 3 of the closest generators. But if you're in that one Roblox game called Violence District, I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure if it has that perk. So, or you can just pay attention to the way that you're popping generators and pay attention to where they're getting popped. Let's say like this one wasn't popped, and there was like a generator here and here. You'd want to do the one in the center to make the gen spread bigger. You always want to pay attention on that. Um. Hmm. Gotta think. There's this thing. There's a thing that killers like to do. Mind games. A mind game. A mind game is never the killer. What the crap did I do here? A mind game is whenever the killer like doubles back. Like that's something like 2. Ugh. Ah, like double back between like a wall, or like just continuously doubles back. Like you look like he's committing this way, so you go around. But let's say he like doubles back, and that's a double back. It's called a mind game. Um. Hmm. Ooh. You can also save survivors. Let's say that you have like a flashlight. This is definitely a flashlight. No, that looks horrible. What the? Nope. Let's say like you have a flashlight. What am I doing? And it's the killer picking up a survivor. This is not how it looks, but I just don't want to do effort into my drawings. Killers, they're dumb. They don't know how to close their eyes. So let's say that you, once they start up the pickup animation, wait like a second, and then you'd want to use your flashlight, shine it into their eyes, and then for like a couple seconds, and then eventually they drop the survivor, and then the killer stunned, and the survivor can run away, gain some distance, and go to the nearest pallet. No, well, probably my mouse. Well, it's gonna be like right there, I guess. I don't know. And you can also bring like a med kit to heal yourself, or stuff like that. Flashlight you can also use to just blind the killer, but the killer can look up, down, or just look away from you, so he doesn't get blinded. What else? I can't really think of nothing else. Hmm. Oh, let's say that you're out in like a dead zone where there's no pallets or windows. Best thing to do is like find some rubbish and like run as close as you can towards it. Like run up against it and do laps around it. The killer has a bigger hitbox, so like they can't run up against the wall as well as you can. So you get a little bit extra distance than they do. But eventually they will catch up because they're a 115 killer and you're a 100% survivor. The killer is 15% faster than you. And there's this thing called bloodlust. Whenever the killer chases you long enough, he moves faster. Whenever he gains his bloodlust. What does this do? Oh, that's cool. Can I? Whoa. Uh, forget that. Uh, anyways. Ugh, just ate. Think of something smart to say. Something smart, something smart, something smart, something smart. I can't think of nothing smart. You know something I just not noticed? There isn't ever water in any of the maps. Where's all the water at? Anyways. Oh. Killers. Each killer has a different power. Let's say they have like a harpoon gun, like the what's his name? the what's I don't remember his name, but there's this dude with like a harpoon gun. He can shoot the harpoon gun at you. So best thing to do against him is to do zigzags. But there's this thing that he can do. He can hold out his gun, but he can also do nothing. He could just leave it right here and let's see you do zigzags. That slows you down a little bit. So whenever he just holds his gun out, and whenever you do the zigzags, trying to make a miss, uh, he can put down his gun and then just M1 you. M1 is just hitting you with his normal weapon. I have to clear my throat a lot. Holy crap! Hold on a second. I don't know if I'm sick or not, but yeah. Watch out for like those type of killers. I'm not really good at explaining killers, but best thing to do is learn how they play, learn how their power works, and M2 is their power, M1 is their basic attack. Next thing to know is I don't know. Think. Dang it, I can't think. I'm stupid. I can't think of nothing. Oh, if it's a silent killer, stay quiet and try to listen to whenever they're close, because Michael and Ghostface, they all have like breathing and like Myers, he has a breathing. He breathes pretty loud. Ghostface, he has his little things around him, the little flabs of stuff on his cloak. Another thing to know is to I can't think of nothing really. No, yeah. That's all I really need to talk about there, I think. Next thing I know about is I guess still pallets. I didn't really explain pallets very well. Well, then again, I haven't explained nothing very well at all. But let's see. Pallets is like your god source of protecting you. You would need a lot of pallets. Windows is there to also help. It's not as good, but sometimes it's better because, like, I can't really explain it. Killers, they can vault the window. Killers can vault the window, but it isn't as fast. It's very slow. Bro, my mouse is dying, I think. But they can vault a window, but it's really slow. They can also break pallets whenever you drop them. But most killers, they like to mind game around it to hopefully get a hit in. Ooh. Now the thing about I said about the no. Hold on, I gotta redraw this. Remember the thing I said about never the pallet is about the window thing? The killer, he can also double back whenever there's like a pallet down right here. Let's say that this is a pallet that's down, and like there's nothing that looks like this. Hold on, I need to do better. Holy crap! All right, let's say that this is a pallet that's down, and then like this is like, let's just say this like shack or something. This is the pallet that's down. No, I don't want to do shack. I can't. No. Ooh, I got it. I got it. Let's say that this and this and this. Let's say this is a pallet that's down. And let's say you're on this side. You run around, and normal people would just like vault the pallets, but the killer would most likely double back, like with the T-wall, because they would expect you to vault it. Best thing to do is sit right here, see if they actually commit going around. Then you vault it, then go around this way. But if they double back going this way, then you go this way to this wall, and you can check spot if he continues going this way, or if he doubles back to go this way to follow where you went. Oh, God. I don't know. What else? Pathing. Yes, you have to path very well. You gotta pay attention to where there's a window and a pallet. Windows and pallets are your key things that you need to survive. Sometimes, like just walls as well. Loop around walls, pallets, and windows. you need to pay attention to where's a pallet and a window. You need to pay attention to where those are at in case like you're getting chased. And then you can always remember where there's a pallet and window. Then you can run to that area to hopefully save your life. You got 3 hook stages. Technically 2, because you get hooked on the 3rd one, you die. So, yeah. Once you're on your 2nd hook, if you get hooked one more time, you're dead. You're just dead. You're gone. Gone. There's 4 survivors and 1 killer. 5 generators and each survivor has 2 lives. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, technically 3. The 3rd one is their death. But, yeah. Generators take 90 seconds to complete 1. With 2 survivors, it's cut down by a little bit, like to 80 or 70 something seconds, I think. Anyways. Yeah. The killer. Oh my god, I'm shit. Anyways. There's this thing called tunneling. The killer, once a survivor is unhooked, the killer can tunnel out the survivor. Bro, my mouse is dying. They can tunnel out the survivor that just got unhooked to get them to their second stage or their last or third stage where they die. And like they're injured and stuff because they just got unhooked, the killer can tunnel them out and kill them. But you get the endurance status effect whenever you get unhooked, and you run 10% faster. Forgot to say that part. So that you can get away from the killer whenever he tries to tunnel you. He has a unibrow. You know what? Yeah, let's give him a unibrow. And why not? No, he's not holding up the middle finger. He still looks like he's holding. Bro, my mouse. Bro, mouse, stop dying. Don't die on me yet. Yeah, it just looks like a middle finger, but whatever. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. Once he hits you, you got amend states, where you are still up, but if you walk or if you just like sit still long enough, you would go down. But you can mend. You can mend. There's this bar in the bottom, and it would slowly go down. Like once it empties out completely, you go down. But you can hold your button, and then you can mend, and then there would be another bar, and then it'll be the bar going up. Once it's fully up, you don't have to mend no more. Then you're just injured. And that's basically it. I think you can just watch like other people's videos or like other people's guides have actual looping. That'd be way better than this because I can't really draw very well. I can't. Bro, my throat, bro. Oh, no, not like upper. Oh my god. I should just shut up. I should just shut up. All right. Well, that's really it. I don't know. That's all, folks. Looney Tunes stuff. I don't know. Is there anything else I need to add? um. That's all, really. Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Uh, peace and stuff like that YouTubers say. I think. I don't know.